From the ashes of humble beginnings, rise the sense of regeneration, signaling the dawn of a new age. The foundations of the old and antiquated, now demolished, and in its place the newly built pillars of fearlessness and opportunity. Dreams are clearer, expectations are set higher, and the quest for championship gold is even stronger than it's ever been before. At one time or another, everything goes through a period of evolution. The world of wrestling is no different. Welcome to a new age. Welcome to a new era. Welcome to a new FWE.
Everybody, with Bash at Tatooine on the horizon, we welcome you inside of the Fantasy Dome for the go-home show of FWE Extra. I'm Seth Cole, he's Jack Mitchell, and Jack, what a card we've got here tonight for our final episode before the PLE.
You and I were talking before the show went live. This feels like a mini PLE before the PLE itself. We've got a whole bunch of matches here on this card that are going to be absolutely insane, including a Gotham Rules match in our main event for the Women's Universal Championship.
That title has never been defended in that type of a stipulation before. Poison Ivy and Elastigirl. But to kick off the night, how about a little 8-man tag team action?
The following contest is an 8-man tag match. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 825 pounds, Michael Norton.
Go back to just after the Power Up PLE, we would see the emergence, the alliance, if you will, of Ed and Eddie with Michael Norman and Matt McIntyre expanding the ranks of the family. And ever since that's taken place, the success level for this faction has been through the roof.
It absolutely has, and I feel like you and I we were talking this past Thursday about how some of the members of the faction were in and out of action here. It looks like everybody except Matt McIntyre, who's resting and getting ready for the United States Championship defense at Bash at Tatooine. Everyone else is here in action here tonight.
Those men's Disney tag team title belts, they will be defended this coming Thursday night at Bash at Tatooine. Ed and Eddie of the family against Jack Sparrow and William Turner of the Rockers, who are teaming tonight with this team.
Combined weight of 380 pounds, Anthony, Matt, and Cole E. Wood, the Rockers.
If you're going to pick a team to team up with against the family, I can think of no better team than the Rockers, a team that were previously members of the faction.
Think about this as well. Just go back 1 week from tonight. Last Saturday, you were involved in that 8-person number one contenders 8-pack challenge to determine a new number one contender for the United States Championship. Anthony McCurry tapped out Michael Norman, eliminating him from that matchup.
Which is poetic, because that is how Anthony was removed from the family in the first place.
That Submission match back at Paramount.
And Cole was taken out by extension as well because he sided with Anthony during that.
And at a combined weight of 375 pounds, the captain, Jack and William Turner, the crew.
Well, it's no secret. I've got a fondness for these two, a member of the Black Pearl crew, and I love the fact that these guys were able to get number one contendership for the tag team titles, but I gotta be brutally honest, there is no momentum for this duo going to Bash at Tatooine. Not only have they suffered one-on-one losses against both members of the current tag team champions, but of course as well, they ended up coming up short in that little mini tournament for number one contendership. Ed and Eddie ended up winning that little mini tournament. They went on to defeat the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back at the Guardians of the Ring PLE. So maybe tonight's the night to get that momentum back, as Michael looking for an early pin there on Anthony.
I would argue this is only the case for the members of the Black Pearl crew. Tonight is a must-win. You have to get some kind of momentum in your favor before the title match at the PLE next Thursday. They have not been able to find any kind of success right now in any of their matches. They need to get at least one match in the win column if they're going to be successful, or at least feel like they can be successful when they have their title match.
How apropos we have these two starting the matchup out here. Anthony McCurry, Michael Norman. Now the tag in here to Cole Eastwood. Some history between these two as well. Remember back to when Anthony was basically shunted out of the faction. Cole Eastwood left Michael high and dry, that lost at the time the tag team title belts, lost it out of the family faction.
He was willing to put the titles, the thoughts about the titles to the side. He did not care that he was costing the faction their titles. He was defending his partner, Anthony, as it covers in, and a kick out at 2 by Michael.
Saw Double D getting in there, maybe to potentially break up that pinfall, but Michael able to kick out. And, we talk about the momentum of the family at this point in time. We could go outside of the tag team division. Just this past Thursday night, we ended up seeing the future number one contender for Matt McIntyre's United States Championship, Flynn Rider, fall prey to Double D. So far, in their tenure here with the family, I don't believe that Ed, and Eddie, any of them, have suffered a loss here in an FWE ring.
They've been on an absolute roll right now, but of course, feels like the combined team of the crew and the Rockers are in control. So we got to cover here. Michael hasn't made any kind of a tag. He's going to lose his stamina shortly as he kicked out at 1 there, but I'm not sure how much he has left in the tank.
This is smart by the Rockers and the Black Pearl crew. Isolate somebody, keep them away from tagging in their teammates, and on your side, make the frequent tags. Keep the fresher man coming in, as now Sparrow will make the tag to McCurry.
Doing a great job at the frequent tags, showing off the chemistry so far.
What an incredible night we've got in store here. This 8-man tag match to kick things off, and another roll-up here by Michael, trying to again get a quick pinfall victory against Anthony McCurry. Well, you mentioned about our main event here tonight, Gotham Rules. Poison Ivy defending the Women's Universal Championship belt against Elastigirl. We've never seen the belt defended in that type of a matchup, and let's also remember another stipulation in that matchup here tonight. If Poison Ivy or Elastigirl lose, they can no longer fight for the belt so long as the other has that belt around their waist or in their possession. As, package pile driver by Michael Norman on Anthony McCurry, and the referee was distracted
He's
with
still
that top
distracted.
turnbuckle pad getting taken off.
He has no idea. Now going to try and count the pin. I feel like it was at least a 4 count maybe, but the referee had no idea what was going on there. That probably could have been the match.
I was going to say that package pile driver, not an illegal maneuver. If anything, trying to use that distraction tactic for referee Ernest Wright hurt Michael Norman more than it helped the family.
That was the first tag made by the family in this match.
It's the powerhouse. It's the muscle of the group, if you will. One half of the Men's Disney Tag Team Champions, Ed, who's on the receiving end of a fall-away slam by Anthony McCurry. Ed with a one-on-one pinfall victory against Jack Sparrow in this lead up to the tag team title match that we'll be seeing this coming Thursday night. Black Pearl Crew looking to win the belts for the very first time. Remember that William Turner, he gave up a number one contendership for the United States Championship, so Flynn Rider will face Matt McIntyre for that. And how about this?
Oh my.
Tornado triple threat tag match for the titles. The unholy union have weaseled their way in.
They have, of course, I'm finally invoking my championship rematch, the Cruiserweight Championship. Dylan Poteet and Carlos Zimmerman going to go at it for the DC Intercontinental Championship. And then this was confirmed this past Thursday, a ladder match between Black Widow and Susie Storm for the Cozy Cone Cruiserweight title.
And then the big one, mask versus mask, identity versus identity in a way here. And the Tri-Wizard Championship hanging in the balance as well. RJ Bishop and the Shadow Lord will go another round at Bash at Tatooine. Jawbreaker by Ed on Jack Sparrow. Cover is in to pick up the victory for the family. And I think Cole Eastwood may have actually bumped the referee to break up that 3.
It looked like there was both that and a kick out. Oh, big crossbody there. Into the cover goes Jack Sparrow.
Looking to pick up a victory here on Ed and not able to do so. You mentioned it, a must-win really here tonight in terms of momentum for the challengers. Let's speculate, if the family are victorious here tonight, do we give any chance to the Black Pearl Crew going into Bash at Tatooine?
Probably not. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I hate saying that because obviously, you know, anything can happen during that championship match, but I don't really see a reason why they would win that title match if they can't get some kind of a win here, some kind of retribution.
And if they're unsuccessful, one would certainly have to wonder if William Turner would kind of be reconsidering his choice of basically giving up. Hold on, cover here by Jack Sparrow off of that move on Double D, who's going to kick out at 2, but you know, he gave up a shot at the United States Championship to have the tag team title match. If they lose, he may reconsider that choice.
I don't necessarily know if he's reconsidering anything. He's got that power-up briefcase. If he wanted to cash
That's
in
true.
and get an immediate rematch, he could do that.
Or he could put himself in the hunt for the United States Championship just like that.
And the possibilities are basically endless. United States Championship, any of the other championships that we have on the card here, it doesn't necessarily matter. It's his place, his time and choice.
Oh, went for maybe a flying shoulder tackle there. Did Double D, came up empty, and now Jack Sparrow will look to take advantage.
Oh my.
Gut wrench takedown there by Sparrow. And now he's going to make the tag to Cole Eastwood.
We've already seen the 2 jawbreakers being used by Ed when he was in the match. Oh, that was a huge punch, though.
It was a haymaker. First time we're going to see Eddie here in action. The other half of the Men's Disney Tag Team Champions. Scoop Slam cover here immediately on Cole Eastwood, who I believe was in the process of kicking out, but Jack Sparrow wanted that added insurance.
I'm going to make absolutely certain. Powerbomb, though. He's going to climb to the top rope.
And he's the most unpredictable of the trio. What is he thinking from up there?
Diving shoulder tackle, drops Eastwood down.
And look at this, smart. He puts his back to the opposite team to make sure he cut off any opportunity for Cole Eastwood to get over to his teams to make a tag. Mentioned about our main event here tonight, Robbie Gilvin. Finally going to get his hands on Ernie the Keebler Elf. We saw last Saturday night, you took him on in a one-on-one matchup as a jawbreaker here by Eddie. Cover in on Cole Eastwood, and Anthony's going to save his tag team partner, breaking up that pinfall.
There might be a second jawbreaker here. Usually when we see
before.
one, we see 2.
Normally a double down on the jawbreaker. Another cover in here by Eddie on Eastwood. And can you believe it? The family continues to steamroll in momentum.
Here are your winners, Michael Norton and Edward.
said it before, when they were first introduced into the faction, I could not believe what I was seeing, but these guys have proven time and time again the absolute tears they are on right now. They can't be stopped.
And how about what we got up next? The open challenge for the Female Fighting Championship has been answered. Mulan will put the title on the line against Ellie Williams of Catching Fireflies. Title match up next here on FWE Extra.
For one night, the wrestlers make the matches, as scores will be settled, battles will be engaged, and new rivalries will begin. You want someone in the ring for the first time ever? All you need to do is call them out. Introducing FWE Open Fight Night, Saturday, May 28th, exclusively on Fantasy Wrestling Entertainment.
And of course, Open Fight Night will be taking place on May
The following
28th.
contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Female Fighting Championship.
1 week removed from the upcoming PLE at Bash at Tatooine. Cannot wait for that episode of FWE off the heels of Bash at Tatooine, but we're getting set here now. Going to be the third time that Mulan has defended the Female Fighting Championship, and you already know what the stipulation is. Her wheelhouse knockout rule. So far, she has been 2-0 in successful retentions. Kim Possible and Snow White have fallen to the champ so far.
Ellie, though, definitely a formidable fighter in her own right. I mean, we've seen that devastating quicker uppercut among many other devastating attacks, so Ellie is definitely not going to be a pushover when it comes to this knockout match stipulation.
Her tag team partner, Katniss Everdeen, a former holder of that belt, though granted, back when Katniss won it, it was back during we had one of those traditional 8-woman over-the-top rope battle royals. Entirely different type of scenario here, but could there have been any words of advice that Katniss could have given to Ellie coming into this matchup?
I would imagine so. I have the feeling that they maybe talked backstage before this matchup and maybe watched back some film, gotten ready, and made some communication before this matchup began, so we'll see if that ends up being the case.
Ellie looking for her first title here in FWE, singles or otherwise. We're just a couple of nights removed from when we saw Kita pick up her first singles championship. Congratulations to her, now the new women's hardcore champion. And of course, we're sending out our well wishes to Esmeralda, who we understand is still in hospital recuperating. Latest report we've had, suffered several broken ribs after an attack out in the parking lot just prior this past Thursday night to the Triple Threat Hardcore title match. No timetable as to exactly when the Esmeralda will be back in an FWE ring cleared for action, so certainly look forward to that point. But with Kita now the new hardcore champion, really, you kind of think about it, that already the Disney Queens were kind of laying the playing field for Jasmine to retain. Kita's got no backup. With Esmeralda in hospital, you got to think the Disney Queens are going to definitely be seeing Kita with a target on her back in the next upcoming weeks.
They're certainly going to try and pounce on any opportunity they might get to try to take that hardcore championship back. I feel like Jasmine as well might be clamoring for a rematch.
Go down to our ring announcer, Mike Rome, for introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Boston, Massachusetts, Ellie Williams. And her opponent from the People's Republic of China, the Female Fighting Champion, the Asian Nurse.
kind of ironic, we talk about Esmeralda. It was 57 days ago that Mulan defeated Esmeralda for that female fighting championship. Esmeralda gave Mulan the opportunity to name the stipulations. She chose the knockout rules match, won the title, and successfully defended it in 2 former matchups under the same stipulation. Ellie looking to not be the 3rd victim, but this is a matchup that is right in the wheelhouse, literally fits into the martial arts style of Mulan. Can Ellie overcome here? Maybe kind of just like Snow White and Kim Possible, considered an underdog in this type of a matchup.
A bit of a coffin drop there off the middle rope. I mean, this is certainly going to be no easy task here for Ellie. If you're unfamiliar with the knockout match, there's no count out, no DQ, no pinfalls, no submissions. The only way to win is by referee's discretion when the referee determines that one of the 2 members of this matchup cannot keep going.
Collar and elbow tie-up here between these 2. You kind of consider Ellie, you mentioned about her moveset, that survivalist instinct might help her in this type of a matchup here where it's all ground and pound. But Mulan, in the 2 title defenses we've seen where it looked like there might have been a window of opportunity. Oh, way too far there for that elbow drop for Ellie. But it seemed like there was a window of opportunity for both Kim Possible and for Snow White to be the new female fighting champions. Mulan seems to, in the latter portions of these matchups, find an extra gear.
She absolutely does. I feel like Ellie, you need to learn your opponent's play, but quickly, if there's a double axe handle off the top rope to the ringside floor, you have to be quick because you never know when Mulan is going to eventually find that burst of energy, and that could be enough to win the match.
And we saw that miss on that elbow from the top rope. That's another thing that Mulan has been so good in these type of matchups with, is limiting mistakes. If you make a mistake as the challenger, Mulan is going to be there to capitalize with moves like that. Oh, gracious.
Oh, my.
Use the ropes for an assistance, and I'm going to guess that's kind of a suplex.
A suplex of sorts. Give an assist to the ropes there. I mean, to your point earlier, we saw Ellie make that mistake. She went for a diving attack, the heat-seeking elbow that was just a little too far out of range, and she hasn't really been able to regain momentum since. It's been all Mulan so far.
And as you mentioned, no disqualifications of any kind. It's referee's discretion, so when Mulan finds that offense, there is no let-up. There is no opportunity to breathe. And that's what's made Mulan so formidable in these type of matchups. It's something like that reverse elbow there and a takedown by Ellie. That's what you're going to have to do to take the champion off of her feet. Otherwise, if she keeps that vertical base, more than likely the advantage is going to stay with Mulan throughout.
And if you're Ellie right now, there is no let-up right now. You just got the momentum back in your favor. There's a nice scoop power slam. Do not slow down. Keep up this flurry of offense.
Nice drop kick there by Ellie. Mulan is down. And to your point, as we see Ellie keeping the offense going. Do not allow Mulan any chance to breathe. High risk here for Ellie up on the top rope.
Going for it again, and it connects.
Scored the moonsault that time. Now normally in a normal matchup you'd be going for a cover here, but there are no pinfalls or submissions.
Trying to knock our opponent ringside.
Oh!
Nice reversal by Mulan. Swept the legs and brings Ellie down.
That's that martial arts style of Mulan, using the arms and legs to her advantage. Weapons in and of their own right. And Mulan was going to go for a top rope move there, thought better of it. That kind of shows that the wheels are always turning for Mulan. Kind of reconsidered that high risk there just in case it didn't pay off.
Look out, though. Only getting set up for something.
Oh! Big momentum there with that running off the ropes. Hits the clothesline and a big knee right to the side of the face. Ellie going back up top again.
Calling for her opponent to get to her feet.
Oh!
Oh!
Almost a rolling senton from the top rope.
Oh, but a reversal by Mulan. Trying to get right back in control of this matchup. Can she do so?
Shot to the
Reversal.
gut by Ellie Williams, and now here come in the right hands. German suplex. Oh!
Look out!
The Ellie to belly! But again, you don't go for a pinfall or submission.
She's not done.
Oh!
Oh my!
She used the spores! And a kick to the side of the head. And somehow Mulan is back to her feet.
I don't know how Mulan is still standing. This has been insane from Ellie.
Back
Two
body
finishing
drop.
maneuvers.
And now Mulan rolling to the outside. Oh! She suckered Ellie in. Ellie went for a leg drop and missed.
That's a completely painful landing that will hurt the tailbone, maybe a few more bones. Well, I'm going to send her right back into the ring.
Oh, and look at this. No disqualifications, exposing that top turnbuckle. Sinister thoughts for Mulan, but oh, gracious. That right hand, that right forearm just dropped the champ.
Maybe the middle rope does not connect on that double axe handle, interestingly enough.
Oh!
Oh my!
The chin of Mulan just bounced off that exposed turnbuckle, the turnbuckle that she actually exposed. It's all fair game, it's all legal in this type of a matchup.
These knockout matches have been insane. I would venture to say so far, though, that Ellie has definitely been Mulan's best challenger yet.
Oh, look at this. Trying to wear Mulan down, wrenching on that arm. Oh! Almost twisting that arm. You could pop a shoulder out of its socket that way.
Could be what she was trying to do.
Oh, again! Chest first into that turnbuckle, maybe the neck, the throat. Oh, what in the world is Ellie setting up for here? Mulan in a prone position. Oh, leg drop, guillotined across that middle rope.
Massive leg drop that's going to send Mulan outside of the ring.
And again, referee Ernest Wright, it's his discretion as to when he figures that one of these women cannot continue on. Ellie firmly in control of the champion right now. Has to keep the pressure on. Back to the top rope again. Referee, why is he fixing the turnbuckle? It doesn't matter. It's a no DQ match.
He's distracted with that turnbuckle, but I'm not totally sure. Mulan, I don't think she's completely knocked out yet. In fact, she just made a nice little reversal there.
Oh, a go behind. Oh my!
That was insane.
Oh no. And we've seen this so many times, setting up for ultimate dishonor. Ellie may be out, but the referee is not called for the bell.
Somehow, I think the referee feels like they can still keep going.
And this is the extra innings we were talking about. This is the second gear that Mulan always seems to find in these type of matchups. The champion is now in control.
Here we go.
Oh, wow, this laid in. We're going to have a slugfest.
Feels like whoever ends up on the victorious end of this one is going to win this match.
For sure. All it's going to take is maybe that one knockout blow. I mean, I think you said it best. This has by far been the toughest opponent for Mulan since winning that Hero of China Female Fighting Championship. Blow after blow, and here we go!
The hockey fight right in the middle of the ring. Neither one of them able to get an edge. Finally, there's a big shot by Mulan. As Ellie on her shoulders.
Oh, Falcon Arrow! Drives Ellie down to the mat. And now maybe Mulan looking for that final finishing blow with the knee to the forehead.
Still no signal from the referee, and Ellie's actually getting back up to her feet, but she's going to be stuck in the corner.
She needed the assistance of the ropes to do so, though. And look at the scars on the face of Ellie. I think Mulan got busted open. Oh, ultimate dishonor again!
And still the referee says we keep going.
How is this matchup still continuing? Ellie back up to her feet.
Oh, sidestep the double axe handle.
now looking to take advantage. Elbow to that shoulder, that left shoulder of Mulan. Has Mulan up and down with a scoop slam. Ellie gonna go back up top again.
This could be it.
Leg drop right across the throat.
Big leg drop now setting up for the finishing maneuver.
Hits the spores again. Looks for the knockout knee. How is this match not over?
I have no idea.
Mulan back to her feet.
Again.
Second time with the spores. A second knee.
That's
and now
it.
the referee calls for the bell. We've got a new champion.
Here is your winner, and new female fighting champion, Ellie Win.
What a match. What
You
a
talked about
war.
this being like a mini PLE. That was a PLE caliber matchup right there.
That was one of the best matchups we've seen in a long time, and Ellie is going to take the title off of Mulan in her special stipulation in the knockout match. That was unbelievable.
First time ever, Ellie Williams is a champion in FWE. Ends the 57-day-long reign of Mulan. I've got no words.
I don't either. I don't know how we're going to move on from this. This was absolutely insane, but we're going to try to move on next as Robbie Gilvin finally going to get his hands on Ernie the Elf, and it's going to be inside of a steel cage.
Nowhere for Ernie to run. Robbie is full of rage. That's up next here on FWE Extra.
Take this job and
Well, as we're still trying to catch our breath from that previous matchup,
is a steel cage match.
there you hear it, steel cage match.
From Louisville, Kentucky, weighing in at 206 pounds.
So a couple things to take note of right here, Jack. Number 1, natural hair color. Number 2, natural clothing. Number 3, actual entrance music. All of the antics, all the games finally are done with. Robbie ready to take Ernie the Keebler Elf to task tonight.
Looks like somebody finally got their hands on Ernie and basically told him that you can't mess with him tonight in this match. So, I mean, all settled inside the steel cage. The pranks have continued for weeks now. I finally kind of had to step in and make sure that the antics would stop. And then Robbie called for the steel cage.
And his opponent, from parts unknown, weighing in at 100 pounds, Eerie.
We can go quite a long ways back to all the antics that Ernie the Keebler Elf has played, all the pranks he has issued to Robbie Gilvin. Peroxide in his hair product, stole his gym clothes and left him a, well, Alice in Wonderland type dress, which Robbie came out in and still ended up winning a matchup. Messed with the sound of his entrance music last week. And as you mentioned, he had that matchup with him last week, called him out, got the victory, and that wasn't enough for Robbie. Brought the steel cage down, trapped Ernie inside, and Commissioner Woody now making this matchup official here tonight. Nowhere to go for Ernie the Keebler Elf, and I kind of feel like his chickens are coming home to roost right here because all the pent-up frustration of Robbie Gilvin, I think he's ready to unleash it. He's unleashed it so far on Elmo and Peter Pan, but this is the guy he's been waiting to get his hands on for weeks.
Don't forget about the elevator prank as well. Ernie's
That's
been
right.
getting up to all kinds of madness when it comes to Robbie. Still not completely sure why. that Robbie has been the target of Ernie's pranks as of late, but got the learner lesson here tonight.
I mentioned it last week. He's kind of compiled a list of people that really he's been on their bad side here in FWE. We could start it off with Matt McIntyre back in the early days of FWE that ended up actually leading to Ernie at one point being fired from the company. Yourself as well, when the two of you faced off against each other leading up to Paramount for the Tri-Wizard Championship, and now, most recently, the former Intercontinental Champion in Robbie Gilvin.
We say there's nowhere for Ernie to run in a steel cage match. Technically, that's not entirely true. With it being a steel cage match, you win by pinfall, submission, or by escaping the cage. And you can escape the cage either by climbing over and landing on the floor ringside with both feet hitting the floor, or you can ask referee Ernest Wright there to open up the door. Again, as long as both feet hit the floor, whether you're going through the door or going over the top, that counts as an escape. There's no DQ.
Yep, great point there, too. The cage can be used as a weapon in and of itself.
That's what I was going to say.
We talk about the antics of Ernie the Keebler Elf, but you've been in the ring with him most recently this past Saturday night. Here's a cover here by Robbie, a simple roll-up on Ernie, and I think that's more so mind games than anything. I don't think Robbie wants this match to end this early on, but the thing of it is, we kind of look at all of these antics backstage by Ernie the Keebler Elf. We cannot take away what he's able to bring to the table inside of the ring. You can't take him lightly.
You definitely have to pay as much attention as you possibly can. A bit of a miscommunication there by Robbie. I mean, he's still pretty dangerous. I think it's the unpredictability, the chaos, if you will, that he brings inside the ring that makes him as dangerous as he is.
Head scissors takedown here by Ernie, going to go in for the cover here on Robbie Gilvin, and a kick out at 1. I feel like for both these individuals, the goals are completely different. I think if you're Ernie, you're trying to end this matchup as quickly as possible so that way you can get out of dodge. I think if you're Robbie Gilvin, you want to extend this matchup maybe as long as you can, issue as much punishment as possible to Ernie for everything he's put you through this past month.
Yeah, I mean, you want to do if you're Ernie, you want to do everything you can to avoid the rage, but it's kind of completely justified why Robbie has been dishing out all sorts of punishment, or at least he wants to dish out punishment. I mean, you saw the attack that he had last Saturday.
Hurricane Rana there after the escape under the boot by Ernie the Elf. Hits a rolling splash as well for good measure on Gilvin. And, again, take nothing away from Ernie the Keebler Elf. He is a former winner of the Royal Rumble match back at Royal Brawl that got him the guaranteed title shot at Paramount.
He won that matchup, but of course he won that matchup by throwing people over the top rope. Oh my!
Comes up short on the splash, and now Robbie Gilvin in control, big boot, and cover in here, looking to put Ernie away. He'll kick out at 1, and we've seen what Ernie has done to Robbie Gilvin here in these last couple of weeks as he's trying to make the Elf go to sleep here. Sleeper hold applied, and Ernie's going to find his way out, but if anything, I feel like everything that Ernie has done has just motivated Robbie more, made him more dangerous, and I think that Elmo on the receiving end of a spear, Peter Pan on the receiving end of a super kick can kind of attest to that.
Absolutely, this is a kick out at 1 by Robbie. Yeah, that's one thing to note is that Robbie hasn't necessarily been fazed by all of these pranks from Ernie. I mean, he's still winning his matchup regardless of everything that's going on here. What is Ernie trying to do?
I'm not sure. Is he swatting at our cameraman or something? Like, I don't want to go inside the head of the Elf. Don't ask me that question.
No, let's not. I've already hit him in the head multiple times. That's good enough for me.
Bringing Robbie into the middle of the ring, setting him up. Oh, wow. Sit down senton by Ernie right into the gut region of Robbie Gilvin. And follows it up with a neck breaker. Again, there are no rope breaks in this type of a matchup with the pinfall or submission. There's really no disqualifications as almost a modified disaster kick there by Robbie Gilvin in for the cover on Ernie. We don't normally see Robbie go for that type of a move, but maybe the confines of this cage, he has to adapt a little bit with his move style?
Maybe. I mean, I mentioned as well the Royal Rumble. You win that by throwing people over the top rope and outside of the ring. You can't do that in a steel cage match.
Nope.
You can throw somebody into the cage, though, and that will dish out a lot of punishment.
Woo.
But at the end of the day, there's nowhere to go. Oh, big boot.
Missed the high knee, but scored with the big boot did Robbie Gilvin, and Ernie's in all sorts of trouble now.
You know how dangerous those kicking attacks can be with Robbie, and that's without those spurs that he's wearing.
Oh, gracious. Boot right across the face. That will rearrange your nose.
I don't think Keebler cookies are going to cure whatever kind of damage that Robbie's been dealing out in this matchup so far.
Not at all. Is now wrenching on that arm. Got the knee in the lower back and then double knees with the Meteora to add insult to injury. And again, still to come tonight, our main event, Poison Ivy, Elastigirl, Universal Championship on the line. First time ever that belt is defended under Gotham rules as Robbie takes to the skies, double stomp into the gut. And here we go, tuning up the band. Sweet chin music. Good night, Ernie. Cover in. And
How did he kick out at 2?
The match should have been over, but how about a second chorus? Good night. You could count to 100. Gilvin gets a level of revenge against Ernie tonight.
Here is your winner,
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Robbie was disappointed of Ernie kicking out after that first super kick. I think that second super kick was a delicious exclamation point for him.
Absolutely. He got to dish out even more punishment. Finally gets revenge for all of those pranks. Incredible stuff from Robbie Gilvin. Shows a lot, too, that he was able to persevere through all those pranks, win all those matches. That's a nice little winning streak for him going forward.
Unwavered, undeterred, and gets his revenge tonight. Up next, Universal Championship on the line. Gotham rules. First time ever stipulation for this belt. It's our main event coming up.
For one night, the wrestlers make the matches, as scores will be settled, battles will be engaged, and new rivalries will begin. You want someone in the ring for the first time ever? All you need to do is call them out. Introducing FWE Open Fight Night, Saturday, May 28th, exclusively on Fantasy Wrestling Entertainment.
The following contest is an Iron Woman match and is for the Women's Universal Championship.
Getting ready for our main event here tonight. We've hyped it up, It is finally time for Gotham Rules for the Women's Universal Championship.
And it's been a minute since we've seen Gotham Rules, so in case you're not familiar, this is going to be 20 minutes. It's like an Iron Man matchup in the sense that most pinfalls or submission wins it. The thing that makes a Gotham Rules match even more brutal, there are no countouts, no disqualifications, falls count anywhere. This is going to be as dangerous a match as we've seen.
And not only that, but also stipulation for both Elastigirl and Poison Ivy. Loser of this matchup can no longer fight for the title so long as the outgoing champion holds the belt. As you're seeing on the bottom right of your screen, this coming Thursday night, it's Bash at Tatooine. The following week, it is Open Fight Night. What an incredible week and a half we've got with tonight, the PLE and Open Fight Night, and this all leads up to one of our big 4 PLEs in July, Combat Evolved.
The run that we've been on right now here in FWE, really ever since we've started this new era, has been absolutely insane. We appreciate everybody for joining us along the ride. Do not go anywhere. It's going to get even bigger as we get closer and closer to Combat Evolved. And some big announcements I'm hearing in the future after Combat Evolved as well.
Cannot wait for that as this new era of FWE continues to chug along. And making her way to the ring, 2-time Women's Universal Champion, the only woman who can boast that accolade at this point in time, as now 31 days into her second title reign, Elastigirl is the former champion. We saw her win the belt back at Power Up when Poison Ivy handpicked her as her opponent. Elastigirl held the belt for 29 days, but if she wins the belt here tonight, she would join Poison Ivy as the only 2 women to hold this belt more than once.
Women's Universal Championship on the line here in our main event. We're going to send it down one more time to our ring announcer, Mike Rowe.
Introducing the challenger from the 5th dimension, Helen Parker. And her opponent from the Garden of Eden, the Women's Universal Champion, Ivy.
We saw a few weeks ago that interview between Poison Ivy and Elastigirl that led to this matchup. And believe me, I admire the courage of Elastigirl to take up this challenge, but I have to question it because Poison Ivy defending this belt in a Gotham Rules match, let's not forget who that was the brainchild of. Harley Quinn, back when she was defending then the Women's Rotten to the Hardcore Championship. Harley Quinn is the Havoc teammate to Poison Ivy, so Poison Ivy, you gotta think, has all the tricks of the trade, has the playbook coming tonight, courtesy of Harley Quinn.
Very well could be the case. You see the timer up in the top right of your screen. That is going to determine how long we go here in this Gotham Rules matchup. Match does not end until that clock hits 0.
And something else that we've seen, sorry to cut you off, something else that we've seen, and when we go back to those hardcore title matches, usually in the early going, when we see those early pinfall submissions, the counter is normally very close. When we get into the extra hours, into maybe 10 minutes to go, it always seems to be that one individual that finds a flurry of offense and is able to build an almost insurmountable lead. We'll see if that's going to be the case here.
Yeah, absolutely. We see that a lot in these Gotham Rules matchups, and you'll see once again, bottom right of your screen, that'll be where you keep track of the pinfalls or submissions. Again, pinfall, get a point. Submission, you get a point. They're normally in an Iron Man match or an Iron Woman match, in this case, you would get a point for a countout, but again, there are no countouts in this match type, so it's just going to make it even more brutal. Big shot to the head there.
Now, something else I find a little bit interesting, you go back to when Harley Quinn held the Hardcore Championship and defended in Gotham Rules matches, we normally saw Poison Ivy coming out to ringside with her. Harley Quinn, nowhere to be found here in the early going.
At least not yet, but there's nothing that would stop her from showing up here in this matchup if they want to maybe impose their will on this thing.
Headlock here by the champion, and at this point in time, it's all just try to wear your opponent down to set up those big moves, to get those pinfalls or submissions, and it's all about pacing as well, right? I mean, people may not think it, but 20 minutes when you're in the ring, that's a long time.
It is, and I mean, Poison Ivy, she's doing a great job at this because this is right up her alley. We're used to seeing her use those maneuvers like the Ivy Vine submission that get her a lot of those pinfalls and submissions, but she's very, very good at wearing down her opponent, and Elastigirl's doing a pretty good job on the other end of this exchange, though.
In the words of Elastigirl, she's coming into this matchup basically the underdog, nobody giving her a chance. She showed back at Power Up that she is a credible enough opponent to win championship gold here in FWE. Can she do it again here tonight in a matchup that clearly is out of her element?
So opponent up on the shoulders, but instead going to fight her way out of it is Poison Ivy. Wrenching on that arm. And a stop to the back. That'll damage that arm a little bit.
Again, all referee Ernest Wright can do in this situation, kind of be an observer along with the rest of us until he sees a cover or a submission locked in. No disqualifications, no countouts. So far, we've kept this action into the confines of the ring, but now Poison Ivy to the outside, and here we go. This is where the weaponry comes into play. Oh my goodness, is that what I think it is?
Already thinking the barbed wire bat. Big running knee though, and a cover is in.
Trying to get an early advantage here is Elastigirl, and a kick out at 1.
One thing I will say as well is that Ernest Wright, you said he's a spectator alongside the rest of us unless there's a pinfall or submission. He also has to follow the action ringside. Falls count anywhere in this matchup.
Good point. Elastigirl, I think she thought that Poison Ivy was still going to be there. Comes up short with that double axe handle and tried to drive Poison Ivy into those steel steps. Ivy was able to put the brakes on. Oh! Just a modified stunner right there, and I'm not sure the back of the head of Poison Ivy may not have made contact with those steps.
She's going to make use of that stop sign from underneath the ring.
Targeting looked like around maybe the kneecap area of Poison Ivy, and this time Ivy driven ribs first into those steps. You know, it's incredible. The match card that we've shown you coming up here next Thursday night for Bash at Tatooine. We saw an incredible matchup moments ago between Mulan and Ellie. Ellie now the new female fighting champion. This matchup here, I mean, these are all PLE-worthy matchups, but the card's so full, they had to migrate to this go-home show of FWE Extra.
Yeah, I mean, we have the women's world title. This is the highest title right now that anyone can achieve on the women's side on the line in our go-home extra show. That's how big this card is.
Stop sign in hand again here by Elastigirl. Plants it down on the mat. Potential sinister thoughts there.
I mean, I'm sure there's some sinister thoughts regardless, because we had a barbed wire bat brought out by Poison Ivy.
Yeah, that's still sitting out here in front of our announce table. Shot to the gut there by Elastigirl. Right now in control. More than 5 minutes into this matchup, we're still sitting knotted at 0-0.
Nobody's quite yet been able to find a pinfall or a submission. Elastigirl looking to change that with that running boot.
Champion in a heap. Now Elastigirl. Oh. Gonna go instead to the other side of the ropes for a springboard moonsault.
Uh-oh. We
Well,
talked about it earlier. Here comes
we mentioned it.
Harley Quinn.
And this is all perfectly within Gotham rule stipulation. No disqualifications. Jumping clothesline.
I think the back of her head might have hit the stop sign on the way down.
Elastigirl trying to fight back. This is giving Poison Ivy some valuable time to breathe. And oh, look at this. Locking in the submission is Elastigirl on Poison Ivy.
That was on Harley Quinn.
I'm sorry, correction, you're right. That was the incredible stretch. And now, oh my goodness. The flex appeal to Poison Ivy. And Elastigirl's gonna pick up the first fall even after interference from Harley Quinn. That's a statement pinfall right there by the challenger.
It absolutely is. I mean, you had the distraction, you had the interference of Harley Quinn. Oh my. Still able to get that pinfall, but now she finds herself in a tree of woe, and it could get a lot more ugly from this point on.
Poison Ivy now into the cover, trying to knock this up at 1 fall each. And Elastigirl is going to kick out at 1. I believe that off that spinning kick, I believe that Poison Ivy got caught in the face with the boot. I believe she's been busted open. And with over 12 minutes to go, that's not exactly a good thing for the champion.
Oh, stop sign right to the dome. Still not sure how one of those things ends up underneath a wrestling ring, but nevertheless, it's pretty devastating.
I've said it before, we got everything but the kitchen sink, and I'm not 100% certain that's not under there.
Somebody might slip on it here. Oh, neck breaker by Poison Ivy. She's acting a little bit desperate here because she's got to find another pinfall quickly or she's going to lose the title. That's another thing, too, that we have to keep in mind is that on the scoreboard, if it ends in a tie, the champion retains.
Right now, Elastigirl enjoying that one fall advantage. Needs to make sure it doesn't get tied up because, again, as you said, to your point, a tie goes to the champ. As now, Poison Ivy setting Elastigirl up for something here. Oh, double drop kick right in between the shoulder blades.
And normally when you roll to the floor ringside, you get a brief moment to relax. That's not the case here. In a Gotham Rules match, she's wrenching on the arm. Falls count anywhere.
Oh, Fisherman Brainbuster, I believe, right there by Poison Ivy.
Not totally certain why. Oh, gosh, I was going to say why Ernest White hasn't followed the action ringside to count pins, but we got a sledgehammer to the gut multiple times with a third attack.
And somehow, Elastigirl able to, after two debilitating shots to the midsection with the head of that sledgehammer, still able to get to her feet and actually brings Poison Ivy down to the ground.
But a reversal by Poison Ivy gets her right back on the offensive.
Poison Ivy
opponent.
bringing Elastigirl back in between the ropes here, and oh, now got her up. Might be set up for the Ivy Cutter.
Oh!
Connects. Floats into the cover. Opportunity to knock this up at one apiece, and she'll do so as we are fast approaching the halfway point of this matchup. Big kick by Elastigirl.
Need a huge response, and that kick and that springboard attack off the middle rope will certainly help matters. Now she's got the stop sign. Oh, took a big swing, didn't connect.
Shot to the midsection, hoisting up Poison Ivy, down with a backstabber.
That was vicious. That was devastating.
We've now crossed over the halfway point of this matchup. Less than 10 minutes to go. We're knotted at one apiece. Right now, the title would not change hands. It would stay with Poison Ivy. Elastigirl has got to find another pinfall or submission here to get the advantage back.
Going up to the top rope is Poison Ivy. The leg drop does not connect. Shot to the head. Attack in the corner.
High knee. And now just raking the boot across the forehead where that open wound is, targeting that particular region, and that's smart.
It absolutely is. Continue to target that head area where it's already been busted open. Going for another kick. Doesn't look like it totally connected though. Oh, the miss!
The mist! Poison Ivy with the mist! Is that gonna be enough to go up 2 falls to 1 here on Elastigirl, and Elastigirl somehow kicks out. But that's gonna be a visibility problem here for the challenger.
More than a visibility problem, that thing stings when it gets in your eyes.
We mentioned it, Poison Ivy. This kind of a matchup is the brainchild of her tag team partner, Harley Quinn. Knew all the different ways, all the different gray lines to expose in this type of a matchup, and she's utilized quite a few of them here so far. Now steel chair, wearing it out on the body of Elastigirl. Now into the cover, looking for the second pinfall of this matchup, and again Elastigirl kicks out.
This is great resilience by Elastigirl to kick out. She knows right now that she has to get the next pinfall. It's absolutely critical if she does, because if she doesn't, then she has to get the next 2 in a row, or she's in danger of losing the title.
Irish whipped into the corner, running start, was looking maybe for a clothesline, double legs, counters that, and here's the incredible stretch again. Is Poison Ivy gonna tap out? If she does, advantage goes to Elastigirl.
Extra pressure too with that chair right underneath them, and now she's gonna use that chair as a weapon. Dishing out all kinds of punishment across the back. Uh-oh.
Setting her up. Flex appeal kick.
She might have landed on the chair, covers in.
Looking to pick up her second fall of the match. And Elastigirl now up 2-1 with a little more than 7 minutes remaining. And this is smart. Keep the offense. Keep the pressure on Poison Ivy.
Ooh, misconnection there, though. With that moonsault attack. I mean, I was going to say, like I mentioned earlier, that next pinfall for Elastigirl was absolutely massive because now Poison Ivy has to get the next one to get the advantage back in her favor. Again, doesn't connect on the leg drop.
Elastigirl playing possum. Now looking to take advantage of that miscue by the champion. Up into the air, big spinning roundhouse kick takes Poison Ivy down. Oh, and then throws a chair at her for good measure.
Once again, it is a good thing we have finally those signs in the arena telling people look out for flying chairs and superstars.
Give Elastigirl credit where credit is due. A matchup that certainly is not within her wheelhouses. Hold on! Oh! The Thorn Strike DDT! It's not going to be enough to tie this up! And Poison Ivy with a DDT out of nowhere. We're knotted at 2 apiece, and now the pressure is back on Elastigirl. But it may not be over! Ivy Cutter!
Goes right back into the cover. Shoulders are down.
Back-to-back pinfalls for the champion, and now Elastigirl finds herself way behind here with just a little under 6 minutes to go.
Just like that, Poison Ivy has completely flipped this match on her head. On its head, I should say.
And if you're Elastigirl, you gotta find not 1 but 2 pinfalls or submissions.
Yeah, tying it does not win you the matchup. That's the champion's advantage in this match type, is that if you only get a tie on the scoreboard, the title does not change hands. You need to be in front when the clock hits 0. There's only going to be 5 minutes left in a little bit. And we have a submission locked in.
Armbar submission, almost a modified cross arm breaker there. Poison Ivy looking to get another tap out, float over into the DDT, and now Elastigirl going to roll to the outside for a little bit of reprieve. But as you said, there's no reprieve on the outside in this type of a matchup.
And you said it before the matchup starts, or right at the start of this matchup. I'm remembering how you were talking about that there always seems to be in these Gotham Rules match types, somebody will find a second win late in the matchup and they'll ride that wave of momentum all the way to the very end. It feels like that's what we might be getting with Poison Ivy right now.
Poison Ivy up to the top rope here. Oh! Elastigirl able to move out of the way. Now looking to take advantage. Nice springboard drop kick there to the side of the face of Poison Ivy.
That sent her like halfway across the ring, right up to the rope.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's been there this whole match. I was hoping they weren't going to notice it. Barbed wire bat in play to the lower back to the leg region of Poison Ivy.
It's about as vicious as it gets.
Oh,
and a massive kick. I think that was a flex appeal again.
It was, and did you see on Poison Ivy, her back landed on that barbed wire. She's laying on that barbed wire bat as Elastigirl ties it up.
Then not only being hit with the barbed wire, but then your back is basically being forced into that.
4 minutes left on the clock. We're tied up. Elastigirl needs another pinfall or submission to be in the running to win the title tonight. Right now, the tie would go to Poison Ivy as we're knotted up at 3 each.
Only for Poison Ivy to get back up to her feet. Gonna go for a jumping attack off the middle rope.
Takes Poison Ivy down, and I mean, we've got the benefit here of being able to watch the action and the clock. I don't think these two have that luxury. Do they know what the situation is?
Well, the clock, you can see it on the Titantron. It's being displayed in big numbers, but at some point, I don't really know if they're necessarily looking at that. I think they're just focusing on each other right now, dishing out as much punishment as they possibly can. You go until you hear the bell.
Poison Ivy in control. Needs to just make sure that she doesn't get pinned or submitted here for the next 3 minutes, and she'll be walking out of tonight's go-home show still the Women's Universal Champion. Been a heck of a fight put up here by Elastigirl, but she needs to find at least 1 more point here to be a 2-time Women's Universal Champion in FWE.
She's in control right now, and now it feels like, I mentioned the point earlier of getting the second win late in the matchup. Now it feels like it's in Elastigirl's favor.
Interesting, did not keep the pressure on Poison Ivy, instead made her way back into the ring for a little bit of rest, and now gonna meet Poison Ivy with a stop sign on her re-entry.
I think that dented the stop sign. I'm using that for quite a lot in this matchup. Oh, a sidestep though by Poison Ivy.
Third strike DDT. Does not go for the cover, surprisingly, here.
Oh no.
Oh, there's a reason for it. Look out!
Oh,
Oh,
God.
goodness.
I don't know if it connected.
Now up to the top rope. This time hits with the leg drop. She was 0 for 2 prior to that. And it may not be over. Hoisted up, setting up for the Ivy Cutter.
Oh, her knee landed on the bat.
Arm draped across the prone body of Elastigirl, looking to go up 4 to 3, and now with a minute and a half remaining, it's looking like the chances for Elastigirl may be dwindling. Is it possible to find 2 pinfalls or submissions here in this final minute and 20 seconds?
Probably not. I mean, she was only just now getting up to her feet. There's a minute left. There's about to be a minute left. You need 2 pinfalls and submissions, and this barbed wire bat.
Oh, gosh, that was flush into the face. That barbed wire will tear clothing, it will tear skin. And Poison Ivy firmly in control, scores with the elbow. Less than a minute remaining, and
she
maybe
connects with
looking
this,
for
it's
the
done.
exclamation point.
This is it if she connects.
Hoisted up, Ivy Cutter, waist first into that barbed wire bat. Cover is in, 5 points to 3. Half a minute to go. This one's practically over. It's now just 30 seconds for Poison Ivy to dish out more punishment.
Honestly, end the match and get a medic out here right now.
Might as well. The title's not changing hands. Poison Ivy's leaving with the belt here tonight. A tremendous showing by Elastigirl, but just could not find the momentum late. Barbed wire bat again. Fortunately missed the head of Poison Ivy. Graciously, 3 seconds to go as Elastigirl trying to find a last-ditch effort, but the timer runs out.
Here is your winner, and still women's
At the wounds of war across the face of Poison Ivy.
And remember, with this win, Elastigirl is now exempt from fighting for the Women's Universal Championship so long as Poison Ivy is reigning champion.
What a night. What a showing here tonight in this go-home show. This isn't even the PLE. We've got the PLE back to Tatooine next Thursday night. Definitely tune in for that one. It's going to be absolutely insane.
It leads to an incredible week. The PLA on Thursday, open fight night. 1 week from this evening. Be sure to join us for all of that. For Jack Mitchell, I'm Seth Cole. We'll see you guys at the Bash at Tatooine PLE. Good night.